In 15, the 21-year-old stabbed to death his own stepfather, his 6-year-old half-sister, and his mother.
He lost it. It was a short, brutal attack, multiple stab wounds.
Did his rocky relationship with his mother while growing up sow the seeds for this horrific triple murder?
He was frustrated by her drug habit, as he said. She was a junkie, and she couldn't get her life together.
Jed Allen was a young man who appeared on the surface to have his life on track. He had a regular job, was studying for a career at college, and had a close group of friends here in the leafy suburbs of Oxford. But all that came crashing down around him when on May 23, 2015, he killed his mother, his stepdad, and his 6-year-old half-sister in a frenzied knife attack. This act seemed totally out of character for Jed.
Nobody could predict that he was actually going to do what he did.
Jed left the scene of the crime and sent an alarming text message to friends. Terrified, they called the police and went to his house.
Getting no answer, looking in the window and seeing Philip Hard's body.
When the police entered the house, to their horror, they discovered not only the body of Jed's stepfather Philip, but also his mother Janet. And shockingly, his 6-year-old half-sister Darren in pools of blood.
Jed may be seen as a family annihilator because it's very rare for a murderer to kill a mother, father and child.
But what drove Jed to kill his family?
It could be that he suddenly had a psychotic episode, but it's unlikely. He knows what he's done because he sends a text to 7 friends saying, I've done something wrong. So he's quite aware of the ethics of what he's done. It sounds very sane, very sensible, sad case in a way.
In fact, inside the house behind me, Jed had already expressed some remorse for his crimes, albeit in a rather grotesque way. On the wall, written apparently in one of his own victims' blood, he'd scrawled, I am sorry. A bloodied notebook was also found in the kitchen with a message, I know the truth. I don't want this for my family. This is the end. Clearly a desperate message from a troubled mind. With a triple murderer on the loose, the authorities launched a full-scale manhunt.
The police were certainly concerned to some extent that he would hurt somebody else, in the sense that they warned people not to approach him and that he was potentially dangerous.
With 100 officers involved, the police focused their efforts on the university parks in Oxford where Jed was employed. The search for Jed didn't last long. 2 days after the triple murder, a dog walker near this patch of woodland made a grim discovery. Sadly, 21-year-old Jed had taken his own life. His body was found hanging from a tree. So how does a seemingly normal young man with a job, friends and family go on to commit such a violent and horrendous crime? What does it take to break the ultimate taboos? To kill your own mother and then kill yourself? To find out, we have to look back into Jed's family history and the relationship he had with his mom, Janet Jordan. Jed was born in 1993 in Oxfordshire to mother Janet and father David. He was a wanted and much-loved child, but his parents' relationship broke down and they divorced when he was very young. Jed had a very troubled childhood, moving between mom and dad from an early age. This could have impacted upon his later development. But there was another factor at play that could have helped shape his attitudes and behaviour. His mother had a number of different partners during his formative years.
There would always be some initial resentment of another male person coming into the household. Some of these partners may have taken more interest in him and others less interest in him.
This in many ways has a bad effect on him because he starts to learn to appreciate the relationship with one, and then for whatever reasons that breaks up, and then he's got to start forming another relationship. He seemed to get on well with one of them, the ex-soldier.
Mark Crane was a boyfriend of Janet Jordan, who first met Jed when he was 8 years of age, and the two developed a bond.
Allegedly painted his room, spent time talking to him, and treated him, sounds like fairly well.
Laid down a few things, got on with him well, and may have formed some kind of mentor, somebody that he could look up to as a strong character.
Sadly for Jed, this was yet another fleeting relationship.
I think as Jed got older, he was becoming a man of the house, and he would see them as directly competing for control over the household.
Not only was Jed Allen subjected to many different father figures, but his mother Janet wasn't very discreet about her sexual liaisons. How could this affect a child?
Some would become traumatized, some may become quiet and withdrawn, others may become angry and violent towards other children or adults and start acting out. And indeed, in some cases, we know that some children themselves become sexualized in their behavior. In the case of Alan and what he was exposed to with his mother, I think the problems it was causing were building